We live within an institution, and it's called the financial institution. If you find yourself in a box, like I do, and you manage a box, or you're just box oriented, for sure you are. At the very least, if you're renting a box, you're gonna you know about box offices. Now you're going to get some cable television going and stuff like that. But see, what's that for? That's a box for your box. But stepping out of the box, out of the box, out of the box, out of the box, and looking at it, that in fact that you are imprisoned. You are in a kind of prison made by some lawmakers, right? Wardens, perhaps whoever it is that will, in fact, if you break some of these laws, they'll charge you money for it, right? Then money is the institution that it's called. Perhaps they talk about it. They say, I mean, we've heard it before. It's a financial institution. There's like many institutions, but then there's the big one. I think is just the overall. If you want to know, um, it's hard to say what other civilization is freed of that, whatever it is. It's like a harness, perhaps. I don't know. It could be used very differently now. In fact, if we knew that we were in an institution, if people knew, see, this is what I'm tripping out on, like in my personal. Now I know. See, I know, and I people would try to run from being institutionalized. You can see evidence of that in how people used to live, some of the structures that you can see that they don't show people is but it's evidence of mankind running from something, and it's carved down in the caves way up in the mountain, on a cliff. And if you can imagine, these people are in great shape because they're able to climb up there, probably holding their baby or something, but somehow these people managed to do this. So you could see castles that were built in the same similar way. Some places that were just completely fenced off. They're trying to keep something out, and it's all shades of gray with the truth about that. Can't ever say we're pointing at one thing here, but fascinating when you see a passage into a city or a certain big enclosure where it just it narrows down to the point where only one person can fit through getting into the whole entire place. Just one little place where somebody can slide through. And if it's the enemy, you're not going to be you're in that fucking hole, and now you're just going to get poured upon and lit on fire, or just one at a time cut your head off coming through the funnel. But anyway, that's one of the only ways, right, to stop what somebody has a club. Right? They're like, I want to make an institution that you can do. And then finally, but see, it looks like finally something rounded up the organism. And now we're playing this game of whatever the money allows and has been conducting, which is a number of things, right? I mean, I'm thinking, how could I make money within my privileges in the institution, which is financial? I can become a landlord. You know, I can become a mad person become. Talk about a box within a box within a box, babe. You are a fucking a warden or a guard, within the institution, within the institution. Anyway, gosh, that makes sense. But something I was trying to expose here, just wanting to get into like, okay, so if you want a solution because the vibration of these idiots that from one, I mean, I know I live just it's from one household to the next. It's a box. This guy over here and the people down this way and even that way, except for right next door. I don't know if they appreciate me or not, but I think more and more they might. I think a lot of people they're not apt to express the appreciation of the presence of somebody like me here, or even that Jesus, or was it Christ? Tell me in the comment section down below. Are we talking about a person's name? Is it a person, or is it just like a phenomenon of science that maybe if you have reached a certain vibrational frequency, you're definitely not going to be accepted to the club. And who wants the club, kids? You hear, listen to what we're saying? You want to get clubbed? I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. What is it? What are we, what am I even saying? Okay, so what is it? I would have to say, you know what, if you really want to join the club, learn meditation. What's the symbol? Odelay. Man, I don't know, man. These people, they know something and they're hiding it from mankind, and it could be the most simplest thing called you. All we need is a safe haven and some quiet time to figure out a better way. Imagine that. I was trying to say something. Exactly. Now, you don't do that until you realize 100% that you are in prison. Now, to wrap this conversation up, I've tried to talk about it before, but the phenomenon inside of the prison. See, there's prisons inside of prisons. It's called the criminal justice system. By the way, the honest people need to get their justice system. That's the kind of the joke that's going on too. It's like, it's passing intergalactically. They're like, so the criminals have their own justice system, huh? Well, okay, so, but when will the honest people get their justice system going? They need to sign honest person's justice system. And they need their own constitution as far as whatever America thought that they were, which they aren't, ever, until they get this. That was there. We the people, that's the non-human faction that wrote that out, and they had all this signing going on, and no human was able to, whoever they were enslaving was able to create their own constitution. That was theirs. They're waiting for you to get that together. That's theirs. That's one thing that, like, they signed it all, and then what else? What I mean is, we the people, they don't consider us as people. We are their kept animals inside of an institution or a zoo. They consider us animals. They are the people, we the people, who gives them all, they look at it, every single one is checked off. Their right to weaponry and assembly and all this stuff, and it's going to be televised on a fucking ungodly earthly a global scale, as far as your assemblage of, like, what are we celebrating there? Really, Britney Spears, huh? Cool. Anyway, let's get back to, if you knew that you were in prison, you would manage more yourself as they do in prison. Within this imprisonment, if you ever went and witnessed what goes on in prisons, it's unlike anything that goes on out here in the world of chaos, where people just think that they're free. In there, they all have a chore that they're doing because they know it affects everybody else, and they know, this is the main thing I want to make a point is they know that what they do affects everybody else. You can't leave a light on over there, or make this fucking noise at 3 in the morning or something like that. People are gonna try, and they're gonna say, "Shut the fuck up!" And see, that's why I have no problem doing that in my neighborhood here. And I'm about to put up signs. It's like, okay, so is the last fucking sardine moved in here? And what I was trying to say is how the neighbors on this side. Okay, first it goes from nothing. I'm seeing nothing. No housing at all. And then I've watched 30 houses, and that's okay. It was always zoned to get ready for the imprisonment that will be burned later, and then they're going to turn into an amusement park. They had nothing, and then they put a big old fucking house up. So you see people like me, it's like over there, okay, over there they had a little solitary cabin house. Now they have a box. Here they moved in, they turned 2 more boxes in, and then they put like 3 more things in there, and it's just like, bam, there's, the point is there's, packing in like sardines, and then, so then, it's happening over there and over there, and so, but hardly any ground for them to stomp on, and I don't know if they know where they are or what the point is. And anywhere and that's why I'm wondering, what's my point here? Okay, I used to live in the mountains. I knew for sure. I mean, and my influence has been very, very potent here. Just laying low and not being an ego either. Really, I'm being me. And when I moved back here, God, this video. Just, I made sure that they turned their lights out over there because, well, for some reason, these people always had a light on. And when I moved back here, I made sure that, see, now that they do not, see, the contagion happened that they all turned out their lights now. I was the contagion. Why? Because it's safe. If you're talking about criminals coming around here, who they live within the same institution we do, and but they are wandering around, right? They can be. Not really, not really. I just this place up here is anyway, just whatever about the knock on wood bullshit, but a certain way to carry yourself as a vibrational frequency. God, this conversation. I'm going to make it to where my babies, you'll be able to see them more. There's a hen that has little baby chickens who was just in the door. And, but if you knew you were in prison, then you would say, now, what are we going to do in our fucking stalls within this gosh dogged farmhouse? Do you really, do you want quiet? Do you want peace? Do you want to feel good? Then let's be a certain way, and it's not an agreement. Let's say, well, what constitutes that? It just hasn't happened around here. I don't see it. It's fucking fallen off on a level that's very personal. It's like, wait a minute, wait. So you're not seeing that you're just packing a bunch of shit onto your little square here, and then, but do you guys ever relax? Do you ever relax? Do you know that the people in prison, within the imprisonment system here, relax? That's all they do. They kind of get that that's all that they have to do. And they have to learn how to do. And then, see, that's what solitary confinement is supposed to be, a punishment. But it's like, me? With all of this encroachment? I'm learning how to become a human in confinement. Like, I swear to God, it's been the last 3 years that something has been telling me, Shauna, and now you're going to learn even further how to get into your inner sanctum. Your inner sanctum is the only quiet place. And I have always known this. See, I've been through some shit. And I've tapped into that. And you always know this. Why? Because that is the fucking holy truth. It's easy to know the holy truth. Is shut up and listen to it. It's like, oh, there it is. None of this shit. And even your body is permanent enough to be more superior than that inner sanctum, which is like your innermost awareness that is still just sitting and watching. It's the Buddha that says, get a load of this. Are you going to take that seriously? Are you going to let that bug you? Are you going to put the blame somewhere else this time? Are you going to, do you ever ask these questions? No, well, we don't know each other, babes. That's why I'm only on TV. For any of you. That's why I choose to be on TV for any of you, because there's such a different way, and it's like, it's pure energy, and we are in the middle of reboot. It's hard to have energy nowadays if you're doing something that does not bring you joy, that you're not supposed to be doing here, that isn't just that you haven't dropped it and it's just not you, you're going to be exhausted. Namely the Aries. I'm talking to the Aries about that because we are the ones that are supposed to press through. We are always doing that, and we are the leaders. And if we can just honor a little bit of astrology and say, well, can you accept that some people are just the way they are because they're forefronting something? And if you really look, all of these movies are made about them. They're the heroes, the one who does it first, the pioneer. That's the Aries. The one who does it, and you're like, and the kids are going, I want to do that, and the kids and the moms are going, and it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to put them in bubble wrap? The I am says, hell no, I am that and that too. The possibility is just there. Let me decide if I can move my legs. And they could be diagnosed as a darn paraplegic for some reason, but the story can go that I defied them. See how I'm running now? They are a better athlete than anybody else. They just didn't fucking buy the crap going on in the box, within the box, and within the box. Getting back to that, notice in prison, people come from a place of relaxation. They're not coming from the place of from restlessness, and then finally they get to go back in their box and no, it's more like you better learn how to, and then you are activated to do something. It might not come up all month, but then now it's your week. You go and do this and this and this and this with so and so and so, and you meet up with the same people, and you can even imagine this, kids. You can even volunteer to do something that you feel that you're skilled and useful in because you like it. It's not like the institution out here where it's like you don't even know you're an institution, so you don't know that you have to find something that will help either mask the fact that you're an institution and keep everybody on this at bay with each other, like really just killing each other within a place. It's like, no, wait a minute, this is our place. We're supposed to be keeping it nice because this is the only place we have. Otherwise, the guards are going to come in and take you all away. And that's, if you haven't noticed, that's what they kind of do. That's what they kind of do, babe. Anytime you, like, I've called the police, they fucking want to take me away instead. And they try to say, oh no, well, this isn't your property just because they have it, and well, they can better that because you owe them a couple fucking cents. And it's like, I just called you people to bless you to find out if whether or not you can just stop fucking doing this or not. Can you be a human being with the rest of us? If you're in a financial institution and you're making a bunch of fucking money for the right now, most likely you're working for the damn side of the guards over there that really. Look what happened to Jesus over there. What, was that his reward for having a great idea? I even actually said his. You should be proud of me.